Sure. All right. So yesterday I filmed a video review on Monster Hunter by Paul Thomas Anderson. He was the director. Mia Jovovich, she was the main actress in this movie. And I did most of my time reading my script. I just didn't like the way the video came out. I felt almost wooden, like I myself am trying to act. And that's not what I want to be. So if you watched my video yesterday, I'm sorry about that. Let's try to make today's video a lot better, okay? Same review, and I'm going to remove that old one, so fuck it. You don't have to search for it, because by the time this gets posted on YouTube, you're not going to find it. Monster Hunter. Oh my God. This movie is based off of a video game. If you've already seen it, then you kind of have an idea of where this is going. If you've not seen it yet, that is a very important point. The fact that it's based on a video game. So let's just start with that. It is brought to you by the same team that did all of the Resident Evil movies. Who is that? Paul Thomas Anderson? Is that who the director is? There's Paul Thomas Anderson, Paul W.S. Anderson, and they're both directors. One of them directed like There Will Be Blood and Boogie Nights, and then there's the one that directed the Resident Evil movies, and that's the guy responsible for Monster Hunter. His wife is the star. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Apparently I've been saying it wrong for years, so let's just call her Mia Jovovich. Sounds about right. In this movie, she is an Army Ranger. Her and her squad get trapped in some magical electric storm and transported to an alternate world where these giant fucking monsters just are out to kill everyone, for lack of a better way to put it. And that's pretty much the plot. That's what happens. They battle these monsters all the way through. The first hour of this movie was actually pretty good. Any scenes involving CGI with monsters, it was done really well. The battles, I really did like them. It's I guess a guilty pleasure in this movie. What I didn't like though were the hand-to-hand combat scenes. And with this, I'm talking about, if you've seen, was it Taken 2 or Taken 3 with Liam Neeson, to where he's jumping over a fence and literally there's like 18 different cuts for that 4-second scene. They use that same effect in this movie. I don't know if it's just shitty editing. I don't know if the actors could not perform this hand-to-hand combat. I don't know if what would be another reason that they would do this here. They just wanted to make it look more action-y than it is, and it did not work. Editors, directors, y'all probably never watch this, but if you do, don't do that shit again, okay? It's completely unnecessary. Stick with the other stuff that you were doing there. Either way, the first hour was pretty good, pretty action-packed. It grabbed me, and it continued pulling me through this movie. Then there was the last 30 minutes. That's where things went completely video gamey as far as the story is concerned, the visuals, the final boss fight, if you will, takes place during this third act here, and that's when they crank up everything. They crank up the visuals, they crank up the sound. Thankfully, the music and the roar of these monsters, thankfully it's not competing with like spoken dialogue, because nothing pisses me off in movies more than when you're sitting there, they're like whispering, and you're like, what did they just say? And because the fucking music is swelling. Thankfully, that didn't happen during this portion of the movie. Either way, let's take a look at the acting. That was the plot. The plot, we're going to go ahead and give that, what did I give it yesterday? I don't know. We'll talk about the overall score at the end of this review here. As far as the acting is concerned, Mia Jovovich, she did a pretty good job. I'm watching this and I'm not seeing anything that's like, it's all pretty good. Really it is. Ron Perlman, he's just Hellboy. Anytime I've seen him, I know he was also in that show Sons of Anarchy. Y'all have probably seen that. He's just, in any movie or role I've ever seen him in, I just see him as him. There's nothing that he just does differently than be himself. I know I said that in another Denzel in that previous review I did for The Little Things. Ron Perlman's the same way. Dude just plays himself. Tony Jaa, I think that's how you say his name, doesn't speak a understandable language in this movie, and they, for some reason, they decided not to include subtitles. I don't know if that was intentional, but they're speaking some sort of foreign language. Mia Jovovich, she doesn't understand what the hell they're saying. I don't understand what the hell they're saying. So you know what it did to me? It kind of pulled me in. It gave a little bit of extra depth for me to kind of feel like I am also with Mia in this unknown world, wherever it may be, right? And then there are the actors and actresses that played the other Army Rangers. I don't know why this movie decided to go this route, but to me, they kind of portrayed the U.S. military as not being the smartest bunch when it comes to combat. I mean, literally at no point are they calling for backup. They're all getting, they didn't give them what they should have. Okay, we have a lot of smart men and women in the U.S. military. This movie did not do them justice with what they actually do in real life. Oh, man. It was a rough one. Like I said earlier, the CGI on this movie was great. It probably cost a lot of money to make this movie. Just overall, the visuals were great. At no point did I ever look at this and say, "Oh, that just looks like shit," or "Oh, it looks terrible." I didn't say that once. Same thing with the sound. Just Mia walking through rocks. You can hear little pebbles kind of rattling around. Walking through the sand, you can hear just like you would your normal foot in the sand. The monster screeches. I imagine if these creatures were real, I would be scared shitless if that's what they sounded like, and I heard that noise right behind me. So that all that stuff was great. What else do I have left here to cover? Sounds. Overall, this was a pretty decent movie, but it wasn't something that you have to be very. You didn't have to pay attention to follow this movie here, right? It's not a smart person's movie. I hate to say it that way, but if you're just looking for something that's just dumb and fun and action-y, and that's your sort of thing, and you can just look past having a thoughtful, intelligent plot, this movie's for you. Overall, I did give it a 6 out of 10. No offense to the teens, but I think y'all are going to love this one. Maybe I shouldn't have even said that, but I did. What are you going to do about it? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. That stuff helps. You know what else helps? Is if you share this video with your friends. Spread it around. Maybe some great things will happen. To me, let's just call it one of those chain letters you used to get in your email like 12 years ago. Send it to someone, and you'll have good luck. Thanks for watching.